Next topic, solids. Noted. Next topic, solids. What you are discussing? Noted. What is JDBC? Not full form, not full form. Definition. Definition. JDBC is a specification for developing database applications with Java programming language. Okay. Now, Solids also specification. Note on. Solids is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. Solids is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. Solids is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. So it is also specification, but for developing web applications. Solids is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. What is specification? You already learned. What is specification? Rules and guidelines. Here also rules and guidelines, but for developing web applications. That is also specification, but rules and guidelines for developing database applications. It is web application. Here, first of all, what is web application required? Note. A web application is a distributed application which runs on browser and server. A web application is a distributed application which runs on browser and server. A web application is a distributed application which runs on browser and server. Say, Solids is a specification. Solids is a specification. Specification means rules and guidelines. These rules and guidelines, what purpose? For developing web applications. What is web application? A web application is a distributed application which runs on browser. And again here, what is distributed application? What is browser? What is server? These all required. Okay. Next, distributed application. An application that is installed on one computer and runs on many computers is called as distributed application. An application that is installed on one computer and runs on many computers is called as distributed application. An application that is installed on one computer and runs on many computers is called as distributed application. Say application, so many types will be there. Standalone application, web application, internet application, network application, and mobile application, so many are there. Here, web application means distributed application which is running on browser and server. If it is running in mobile means mobile application. If it is running on browser and server means web application. Now, here, an application that is installed on one computer and runs on many computers is called as distributed application. See, for example, here, 5 computers connected together. Say 5 computers connected together as a one network. Five computers connected together as a one network. Suppose in this computer, I'll install MS Office software. MS Office software. This MS Office, can I access in this computer? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Because it is not distributed application. MS Office installed in this computer means in this computer only can access. Beside system also not possible. If 100 computers are there connected together, now MS Office installed in one computer means in that computer only possible. If 100 computers are there, 100 places you have to install. There is no other option. Because MS Office running under operating system. If the program is running under operating system means that application is called standalone application. That is installed on one computer, running on that computer only. And beside computer also not possible. Up to yesterday, what are the programs you have seen? Those are standalone applications. The programs are running under one system only. Wherever you install there only. Other places not possible. That is called standalone. But you are learning today onwards distributed. Okay. So if the program is installed in one computer, in this computer installed, in this computer only possible, in other computer not possible. That is called standalone. And here also possible, here also possible, here also possible, here also possible. That is called distributed. Now, MS Office, wherever you install, there only possible. Beside system also not possible. But google.com, it is application. Is it installed in my computer? No, that is installed in USA computer. But can I access here? Yes, that is distributed. One application that is installed in one computer, but running on crores of computers. That is distributed over the world. That type of application is distributed application. So an application that is installed on one computer. Google is not installed. Facebook is not installed here, but you can access. That installed in USA system, but you can access here also. That is distributed over the world. So that is called distributed application. The type of distributed application, if it is running in browser and server, that is called web application. That is called web application. Okay. Say, if the application running on many computers, then distributed. That is running in browser and server, that is web application. That type of application you can develop with servlets. But language is Java. Rules and guidelines is servlets. So already you learned Java. Java language nothing but in core Java up to exception handling topic. Whatever you learn, that is called language. that language required as well as rules and guidelines required to develop web application. Rules and guidelines are present in a one document. That document is called servlets. Okay. So specification already given. It is just one document which contains rules and guidelines. But servlets also specification, JDBC also specification, and JDBC specification for developing database applications. Servlets specification for developing web applications. Now, an application that is installed on one computer and runs on many computers is called as distributed application. Now, Google.com that is installed on one computer worldwide, any number of people at a time from any corner in the world can access. That type of application you can build with servlets. Actually, Java made for this type of applications only. It is a first specification in Java. First specification for developing internet application. 1995 Java came and exists in the market to develop internet applications. Java especially made for this one. And this type of application, if you want to build, rules and guidelines required. That is present in this document. That is servlets. That's what entire Java, this is the most important. But if you want to write a servlet program, core Java knowledge is compulsory. Like further, now yes, JDBC you learn. For JDBC, core Java required or not required? Now you are learning servlets, core Java required. Next you will learn filters, JSP, core Java required. Later you will learn Spring, core Java required. Spring Boot also, core Java required. Up to exception handling knowledge is most important. Okay, without that, these are not possible. So further, Java related subjects, any subject you learn, core Java up to exception handling topic required. Further, it is nothing because here you are calling methods, but in further frameworks will be there, ready-made programs will be there. In a Spring Boot, ready-made programs will be there. You have to open, you have to customize, you have to deploy. That's it. That type will be there. But core Java knowledge is most important. Okay. Now, here, what is browser? What is server? How many types of servers are there? These all required. Next, write it. Browser. A browser is a software that executes web pages containing text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, etc. A browser is a software that executes web pages containing text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, etc. A browser is a software that executes web pages containing text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, etc. See, browser nothing but its own software. What this software will do, it executes. What it executes? Web pages. That page can have text also, image also, graphics also, animation also, morphing also, audio also, video also, everything. Any type of content can be executed in browser. That is one software. Okay. Like browser is called as web client because it sends a request to a server to get the response. Browser is called as web client because it sends a request to a server to get the response. Browser is called as web client because it sends a request to a server to get the response. But everywhere the terminology web, you observe here, web applications, okay, here, web pages, like that, web client, web browser, web server, world wide web, many places web, we are calling an internet. Say web page, web application, website, web browser, web server, world wide web. Many places web we are calling, no, but why we are calling web? Just you observe. Suppose if you take one MS Word document, MS Word, one MS Word document can have any number of pages. If you click, first page open. If you scroll down, second page appears. Again, if you scroll down, third page appears. Again, if you scroll down, fourth page appears. Again, if you scroll down, fifth page appears. Like this, in a sequential order will be there. Okay, like MS Word document can have any number of pages. Whenever you double click, if you open, first page appears. If you scroll down, second page. If you scroll down, third page. In a sequential order, it appears. First page to last page. Like that, you can browse. But in internet, for example, homepage, Yahoo homepage, I'll open. There, hyperlinks appears. Mail, chart, games, sports, news, movies, shopping, cricket, like this, hyperlinks appears. If we click mail, mail page appears. If we click chart, chart page appears. If we click movies, movies page appears. If we click news, news page appears. If we click shopping, shopping page appears. If we click cricket, cricket page appears. If we click search engine page appears. If we click some other also appears, like this. Again, here also hyperlinks will be there. If you click, maybe this is backside here, or maybe this is here, or maybe this is here. Again, here hyperlinks may be present. That may be here. This may be here. This may be here. Again, here also hyperlinks may be present. If we click here, if we click here, if we click here, if we click here, here also hyperlinks may be present. Like this. Whenever you open home page, many hyperlinks appears. Suppose example yahoo.com. Yahoo.com. Yahoo mail will be there, Yahoo chart will be there, Yahoo games will be there, Yahoo sports will be there, Yahoo news will be there, Yahoo cricket is there, Yahoo movies is there, Yahoo shopping is there, Yahoo search engine is there. So many are there. Now, if you click this one, this page, if you click this one, this page, like that appears. Now, in this total website, some thousands of pages are there. Which is first page? Home page is a first page. Which is second page? No answer. Because if you click this hyperlink, this page appears. If you click this hyperlink, this page appears. How can you say that is second or this is second? Both are second also we can say. There are so many pages linked together. Okay. This is second, this is second, this is second, like that. Again, if you click here, this is again home page also may comes. You cannot say third page. That is first page already you said. So here, which is first page? You can give answer. Home page. Which is second page? No answer. Which is third page? No answer. Which is last page? No answer. Because all pages connected together like a web. That is the reason these pages are called web pages. See, web is like this only, no? Web will be like this only. Web is like this only. Okay, this is called web. No, that is also web. Okay, all pages connected together like a web. That is the reason only those pages are called web pages. These pages are running in browser. That's what web browser. These pages are running in server. That's what the server is called web server. These all pages like a one application, website. That site contains many pages. Every page called a web page. Like that we are calling word web. Okay. But first page, why we are calling home page? Home. Home symbol also appears. Observe. Home symbol appears on logo. But why we are calling home page? Now, generally what you'll do, you'll start with home page. You'll browse. Next you'll click, next you'll click, next you'll click. Somewhere you got confusion. Then what you can do? Again you can click on home. Again you'll come back to home. Again you can start journey from home. Say for example, morning what you'll do? You'll start from your home. Up to night. You'll total Hyderabad you'll rotate. At last again you'll go to home, no? It is also like that only. Okay. While browsing, if any confusion comes, click on home. Again start from home. That is the reason only that is called home page. Okay. So while browsing, confusion comes, or you may be instead of mail to chart page or chart page to games page, like that, you jump it. Later you want to see mail again. Link may or may not available, but home is available everywhere. Okay. Home hyperlink is available everywhere. Then you can move to again home. Again you can start from home. That is the reason only every page home hyperlink will be there. From any place directly you can come back to home. That type. That is the reason that page is called home page. Okay. So browser is called as web client because it sends a request to server to get the response. But why we are calling client? Why we are calling client? Client. Already given client while teaching JDBC. Client and server definitions are given. If any software that is sending request to get the response, that software is called client. Browser, it will send the request to get the response. That's what browser is called client. Okay. Any software that is sending request to get the response, that software is called client. Browser, what it will do? It will send the request to get the response. That's what browser is called client. Okay. Like many browsers are there. Any browser you can select. Write it. List of web browsers. List of web browsers. Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, NeoPlanet, Hot Java, CyberDog, Google Chrome, iBrowse, Linux, Lynx. Lynx is operating system, Lynx is browser. Mac Web, WinWeb, Mosaic, Opera, America Online, Mozilla Firefox. So like this, so many browsers are there. Microsoft Edge, So like this, so many browsers are there. List of web browsers. There are so many browsers: Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, NeoPlanet, Hot Java, CyberDog, Google Chrome, iBrowse, Linux, Mac Web, WinWeb, Mosaic, Opera, America Online, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, etc. There are hundreds of browsers are there. Just if you type in a Google list of web browsers, there are so many browsers are there. So these all browsers are nothing but softwares. These all browsers are nothing but softwares. These are called web clients. Web application purpose, we are using one software like a client. That's what it is called, web client. Okay. Do you know which is first browser? What is that? I'm not asking what is in first, like in the list. I'm not asking which is first in the list. Which browser introduced first? What is that? Mosaic. Okay. So this browser is a first browser. It is first browser in the world. 1990 internet came. Then that browser came first. Mosaic browser. Which is popular browser? Chrome. Google Chrome is a popular browser. It is popular browser. Because everyone using this one only worldwide. Top rating browser, Google Chrome. Reason, fast. So here, this is text only browser. In this browser, graphics not possible. That is text only browser. No graphics in that browser. If graphics are there, all skipped, only text displayed. Text only browser. That is LYNX. Pronunciation Linux only, but Linux is operating system. LINUX. LYNX browser. This browser, text only browser. So graphics, animation, audio, video, we cannot play in that browser. If the type of content is there in that web page, all will be skipped, only text displayed. Okay, that type browser. But that type of browser who will use? It's outdated. But long back it was popular, because when internet was introduced, for opening mailbox also it has taken time, because very slow was their internet. Now you are getting high speed internet. But long back, when I open not in a mailbox also, we got it like 10% downloaded, 20% download, like that. Mailbox also it has taken time. Now live stream coming, live stream also coming, no? So long back, for opening mailbox they used this browser only, because in a mailbox also some graphics, animation, audio, advertisements will be there. For opening with other browsers it takes time. If you use this browser, all will be skipped, mails displayed very quickly, mailbox displayed at that time. But now live streaming also coming. That's what that browser outdated. Okay. So it is a popular browser, worldwide rating, top rating. But this is powerful browser. Those are, there are so many features are there. Powerful browser. Powerful but not popular. Powerful word different, popular word different. Okay. Powerful means many features are there, but that is slow. That is the reason not popular. But in internet, Majority people what they are giving priority for fast only. 1 second also they are not waiting. Okay. Even 4G speed also they are waiting for 5G. Okay. Like that. So in internet application, first priority speed. That is happening. But as compared to all other browsers, Google Chrome is fast. That is the reason the highest priority Google Chrome. That is the reason it has become as popular. So it is powerful browser. It is popular browser. It is text only browser. It is first browser. These all browsers, any browser you can use for Java, because Java is a independent. Browser also independent, server also independent, everything independent. Okay. See, list of browser, these all. Next, servers. Next one, servers. Already know server. What is server? Server is a software, receives the request, process the request, next, constructs the response, send the response back. That is called server. Here, same definition. Write it. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, comma. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, comma, process the request, comma, constructs the response, and sends the response back to a client. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, comma, process the request, comma, constructs the response, and sends the response back to a client. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, processes the request, constructs the response, and sends the response back to a client. There are two types of servers. First one, web servers. Second one, application servers. First one, web servers. A web server is a server which contains only web container. A web server is a server which contains only web container. A web server is a server which contains only web container. A web server is a server which contains only web container. These are nothing but web applications. Servlets and JSPs. Servlet, servlet, JSP, servlet, JSP, JSP, servlet, JSP. These are called web components. So web server, web which contains only web container. Web container contains web components. Web components nothing but servlets and JSPs. Right, this one. Right, is diagram. Web server contains only web container. Web container contains only web components. Web components are nothing but servlet program, JSP programs. So if you want to run servlet program, we require web container. That is a part of web server. It is on software. Is it over? See, web server is a one software. Web server is one software which contains one web container that contains components. These components are nothing but servlet program, JSP programs. So servlet program, if you want to run, web container required. That is available in web server. What is this on software? Okay. Next, write it. List of web browsers, web servers. List of web servers. Tomcat web server. iPlanet web server. Pramati web server. Resin web server. Java web server. Personal web server. Jetty web server. So Tomcat web server, iPlanet web server, Pramati web server, Resin web server, Java web server, Personal web server, Jetty web server, dash dash, etc. So it is popular. It is only powerful. It is only booming in the market. Tomcat. Popular web server. That is only popular. That is only popular. That is only powerful. Everything. This is India server, Pramati. See in the name only we can give answer. This Pramati is a India server. Is it over? So Tomcat, iPlanet, Pramati, Resin, Java, Personal, Jetty. There are so many servers. Any server you can use. It supports. Is it over? Next, application servers. An application server is a server which contains both web container and EJB, enterprise Java beans. An application server is a server which contains both web container and EJB container. An application server is a server which contains both web container and EJB container, enterprise Java beans container. So in this server, two containers will be there. One is web container, one more is EJB container. An application server is a server which contains both web container and EJB container. Application server which contains EJB container, which contains web container. Here web components, here EJB components. Servlet, JSP, here EJBs. Servlet, JSP, EJB. These are called web components. These are called business components. Servlets and JSPs are called web components. EJBs, business components, enterprise Java beans. An application server is a server which contains both web container and EJB container. See, these servlets and JSP you are learning in advanced Java class. This EJB you are going to learn in Spring class. Spring Enterprise one module is there. In that module you'll learn enterprise Java beans. These are business applications. For example, banking. internet banking, that is enterprise application. Enterprise application, it is more secured application, and that particular enterprise people only can access. But all appears like a same. Suppose example, yahoo.com, gmail.com, facebook.com, google.com, whatsapp.com, these all websites are there. These applications, anybody can access. Any restriction is there? No. You can open, you can enter first name, last name, address, mobile number, mail ID, something you can give. Next time onwards, username, password. You can. Even if you give wrong information, also accepting. If you give wrong information, also accepting, no? Now, suppose ICICI bank application is there. Can you register? No. First, you have to open bank account. Okay? You have to open bank account. They will register. They will give username, password. With that, you have to log in. Then you can change the password. But you cannot register, no? First of all, you have to open bank account. They will give username, password. Registration form will not appear. After login, registration appears. Directly, ICICI bank application, if you open, login only appears, no registration. Because first you have to open bank account. They will give one username, password. With that, you have to log in. Then you can change your profile if you want. But that profile also, all you cannot change. Your mobile number, mail ID, you cannot change. Again, you have to go to bank only. If you want to change also. Because after verification only, that is possible. But Yahoo, Gmail, Facebook, if you give wrong input, also accepting. No verification, nothing. Okay. So enterprise application, this is more secured application. Like that particular enterprise people only can access. ICICI is one enterprise. That ICICI customers, ICICI employees only can access. eSeva application is there. eSeva employees only can access. That type. That is called enterprise application. That type of application, if you want to build, jdbc required. Enterprise Java beans. Like that is Spring Enterprise. You'll study further. So servlets, JSPs, advanced Java. This part you are learning. If you want to run servlet program, which container required? Web container required. Is it available in web server? Yes. Is it available in application server? Yes. For writing servlet program, for running servlet program, you can go for a web server also, application server also. Any server. But if you want to develop enterprise application, compulsory application server only we can use. Okay. Is it over diagram? Next. List of application servers. List of application servers. First one, WebLogic server. WebLogic application server. WebSphere application server. JBoss application server. Now this is we are calling like a Wildfly. They change your name. Wildfly application server. Sun1 application server. Glassfish application server. Etc. So popular, powerful, worldwide #1 server, WebLogic. That is only popular, that is only powerful, everything. That is only WebLogic. See, WebLogic server, world number one server, WebLogic server. So almost 57% of the industries, they are using only this server. Remaining 43 all servers. One server percentage only 57. 57% of the software companies, they are using WebLogic server. Remaining all servers percentage 43, one server percentage 57. That much popular. Okay, WebLogic server is that much popular. That is developed by BES Systems, but that company owned by Oracle Corporation. Already know Java developed by which company? Sun Microsystem. Now owned by Oracle Corporation. This is developed by BES Systems, one company name. That company now owned by Oracle Corporation. See, Oracle Corporation having three popular products. World number one language, Java, that is with them only. World number one database, Oracle, that is their product only. And the world number one server, WebLogic, that is also with them only now. So, number one language, number one server, number one database. Three products with Oracle company now. Oracle Corporation only maintaining. Okay. Oracle database developed by Oracle Corporation, but this is not developed by Oracle Corporation. Now Oracle Corporation people purchased this company. Okay. Java also developed by Sun Microsystem company, but now purchased by Oracle Corporation. Like that. These all servers. Now you observe what I given see here. Servlets. Say servlets. Servlets is a specification. Servlets is a specification. What is specification? Rules and guidelines. Now these rules and guidelines, what purpose? To develop web applications. But one language compulsory, no? Which language? Java. We are using Java. So servlets specification, what purpose is? To develop web applications. To develop web applications. And that web application, servlets specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. Servlets is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. So it contains rules and guidelines for developing web applications with Java programming language. What is web application means? It is distributed over the world, which is running in browser and server. So not only distributed, if it is running in browser and server, then you can call it a web application. Okay. Now distributed over the world, but which is going to run under browser and server, not running under OS. It is running under browser software and server software. Then only we can say web application. Like browser, it is nothing but one software. What this software will do? It executes web pages. That page can have text also, image also, graphics also, animation also, audio, video, everything. And there are so many browser softwares: Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Neo Planet. These are so many. Any browser you can use. It supports, Java supports. Servers, two types of servers: web server, application server. Web server means which contains only web container. Application server means which contains both web container and jdbc container. Okay. Now if you want to run servlet program, which container required? Which container required? Web container. Web container is it available in web server? Yes. Is it available in application server? Yes. Any server you can use. Like application server also you can use, web server also you can use. Okay. Now we required web container. The container is available in both the servers. Write it. Servlet program runs in web container. Servlet program runs in web container. Web container is a part of web server and application server. Servlet program runs in web container. Web container is a part of web server and application server. Servlet program runs in web container. Web container is a part of web server and application server. Say, servlet program runs in web container. Web container is available in web server also, application server also. Any one server compulsory. Without server, we cannot run servlet program. That container software developed with servlets. You studied JDBC programs, you studied. Without driver, is it possible to develop web application, database application? No. That driver developed with JDBC specification. You have seen in JDBC, interfaces are more or classes are more? Interface are mono. Those interfaces, where it is implemented. What is it? Driver software. Here, servlets also, all interfaces appears, but where it is implemented? In web container. That is servlets. So, with this specification, web container developed. With this specification, you are going to develop web application. Write it. Servlets specification used by vendors to develop web container. Servlets specification used by vendors to develop web container. Servlets specification used by vendors to develop web container. Servlets specification used by Java programmers to develop servlets specification used by Java programmers to develop web applications. Servlets specification used by vendors to develop web container. Servlets specification used by Java programmers to develop web applications. So with that specification, container already developed. With that specification, you have to write servlet program. That program runs in that container. That means container understandable format you have to write. You have seen JDBC, driver understandable you written. That's what working. Now container already developed. Container understandable format you have to write. That purpose rules and guidelines are there. According to rules and guidelines you have to write. Your own style if you write, container cannot understand. Okay. Say it is servlets. It is servlets. What is servlets? Specification. Specification means rules and guidelines. Here rules and guidelines are there. There are so many rules and guidelines. Okay. Seeing these rules and guidelines, web container software already developed. Seeing that rules and guidelines, web container software already developed. Now, seeing these rules and guidelines, you have to develop web application. Then this application you can run in browser, web container. So this application runs in this container. But according to these rules and guidelines, if you develop, then only it will run. Otherwise, it cannot run. That is the reason this specification, rules and guidelines required for us. Now, if you develop your own style, will it this container understands? No. That's what rules and guidelines you have to follow. Here are only two options. Either follow rules and guidelines or you develop container. You cannot develop container, no? Then follow rules and guidelines. That's it. Okay. These rules and guidelines are given by Sun Microsystem company. This container developed by Tomcat company, WebLogic company, JBoss company, Wildfly company, Sun1 company, Glassfish company, that companies. So these are nothing but interfaces. These are nothing but subclasses. What you are doing here, creating object calling methods. That is your duty. Interfaces given by Sun Microsystem. Subclasses given by other companies. So interface already present. Subclass already present. What you have to do? Create object, call the methods. That is your duty. That's it. That is only further Java every day. Creating object, calling methods only your duty. Interfaces no need to write. Already many interfaces are there. Those interfaces no need to implement. Already implemented by many softwares. Okay. So this servlet's specification nothing but interfaces type. Container nothing but subclass type. This application nothing but creating object calling methods. That's it. But in core Java, interface yourself you written. That subclass yourself you written. Later creating object calling method also yourself you did. But here interface given by Sun Microsystem company. This class is given by Apache company. This creating object calling by yourself. Like that. Okay. That's what everywhere interface only appears. Got it? Now here web applications also, two types of web applications are there. Next. First I'll give notes, later I'll explain, write it. There are two types of web applications. First one, static web applications. Second one, dynamic web applications. There are two types of web applications. First one, static web applications. Second one, dynamic web applications. There are two types of web applications. First one, static web applications. Second one, dynamic web applications. Now, first I'll give notes, later I'll explain. Tomorrow class I'll explain, just write the notes only. First one, static web applications. A web application that is already prepared and placed in server is known as static web application. A web application that is already prepared and placed in server is known as static web application. A web application that is already prepared and placed in server is known as static web application. A web application that is already prepared and placed in server is known as static web application. Next, Static web applications are common to all users. Static web applications are common to all users. Next, static web application resides in server and runs in browser. Static web application resides in server and runs in browser. Static web application resides in server and runs in browser. The server sends a program to a browser whenever request comes to a static web application. The server sends a program to a browser whenever request comes to a static web application. The server sends a program to a browser whenever request comes to a static web application. Static web applications can be developed by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, VB script, etc. Static web applications can be developed by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, VB script, applets, Ajax, jQuery, JSON, Bootstrap, so many are there. So HTML program also web application only. Servlet program also web application only, but lot of difference. What difference we'll see. Next, HTML stands for hypertext markup language. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. VB script. Visual Basic script. Applets are Java programs. Just write the notes with diagrams. I'll explain tomorrow class. Dynamic web applications. A web application that is prepared dynamically whenever request comes. A application that is prepared dynamically whenever request comes to a server is known as dynamic web application. Dynamic web applications are specific to server and specific to user. A web application that is prepared dynamically whenever request comes to a server is known as dynamic web application. Dynamic web applications are specific to user. Dynamic web applications resides in server and runs in server only. The server executes a program and sends the output to a browser whenever request comes to a dynamic web application. The server executes a program and sends the output to a browser whenever request comes to a dynamic web application. Dynamic web applications can be developed by using servlets, JSP, struts, JSF, Spring MVC, ASP, ASP.NET, etc. Dynamic web applications can be developed by using servlets, JSP, struts, JSF, Spring MVC, ASP, ASP.NET, etc. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. JSF stands for Java Server Faces. MVC stands for Model View Control. ASP stands for Active Server Pages. Over. Servlets, JSP, struts, JSF, and Spring MVC are Java programs. Servlets, JSP, struts, JSF, and Spring MVC are Java programs. These all points I have to explain. Explanation not completed. In tomorrow class with the diagrams I'll explain. Okay. In tomorrow class, I'll explain with the diagrams. With the diagrams, I'll explain in tomorrow class. Online students, wait 2 minutes. I'll clarify your doubts.